Welcome to Stacking the Shelves for the weekend of April 28th. Again, I got quite a few books this week. I am going to go ahead and just go through them fast. I'm recording this on my phone again. It went fine last week, so hopefully it'll go fine again this week. We will see. The first book I got is for review, and that's Wildfire, which is the third book in the Hidden Legacy series by Alona Andrews. I did just finish reading the second book in the series, and it was pretty good. I believe I just posted a review for it like this week. This does come out July 25th, so quite a few months till it comes out, but it is the third book in that series. I will say I have not been a fan of the covers of these series, but the stories are actually pretty good. This is one of those cases where the cover just does not represent the story very well. They're more like, there is some romance in, but it's more about like world building and action, kind of urban fantasy magic stuff. Yeah, I don't know. I don't like the covers. They suck. All right, the next one, I did get two books, audiobooks, this week, and the first one of those was Hunted by K.F. Breene. I did listen to Chosen, I believe last week, and I will be posting a review for that this coming week. I liked it. It's like a fantasy thingy, so I got that to listen to an audiobook. I also got the 10th Charlie Davidson book by Dorinda Jones. The Curse of the 10th Grave. This has been a very like light, humorous urban fantasy series. The first couple books, like the first few books, are pretty lighthearted, but the story gets pretty heavy, and there's a lot going on about demons and alternate worlds and all this other stuff going on, and I've been enjoying it quite a bit. It's still written in a kind of a real witty, quirky way that I am liking. All right, then I did buy 3 books this week. One, I picked up a half-price book kind of on a whim, and that is The Melancholy Death of Oyster Boy and Other Stories. And this is actually a Tim Burton book of poetry, which I'm a huge Tim Burton fan. So, like, I didn't even know this existed. I just kind of saw it there. And it was in the children's section, which, after reading the first poem in here, this really isn't a children's collection of poems. It is very, like, darkly satirical. Yeah, so fun adult book, and I will finish reading it as time, I haven't read the whole thing, I just read some of the poems, but I will eventually read it and write a review on it. The next 2 I actually bought these online, and it's Flight Volume 6. So Flight is a graphic novel anthology edited by Kazuki Bushi, who does the Amulet series. It's been an exceptionally good collection of graphic short stories, I guess we call them, not really novels. But just, there's always very wide variety of artwork, always like very well done artwork. A lot of the stories have started in like Flight Volume 1 and have had an installment in each subsequent Flight volume. So this is Volume 6, and I've just been really excited about reading these. I believe there's 8 total, and then they kind of stopped. So I got 6, and then the other one I bought online was 7. Pretty cool cover on that one. I was like, ooh, that looks so neat. So again, these are graphic novel anthology series. They're all fantasy. They all have to do with flight. So fantasy, science fiction, that kind of thing. And they have to do with concepts of flight, which is very general. And then the last one I got from those were the last ones I bought. They did buy 3 from the library. The first one I bought, I didn't buy from the library. I borrowed 3 books from the library. The first one I borrowed is Whispers at Moonrise by C.C. Hunter. This is the 4th book in the Shadowfall series. This has been a very typical like young adult series, but I have been enjoying it quite a bit. It's just like an easy read. It's kind of fun, and I've been liking a lot of the mystery behind the main heroine as she like discovers like what kind of creature she is and what her powers are and all this stuff. So yeah, enjoying this. This is an older series and fun to get around to read. All these books have been very well loved from the library. Apparently they've been read quite often. And then my son actually picked up a book, the first book in a series called The Three Thieves. It's a middle grade graphic novel series. It's older. So I picked up, and then I read it. He read it, he gave it to me, I read it. It's actually pretty good. It's like a fancy middle grade like graphic novel series. So I picked up books 2, 3, and 4 in that series since he really liked it and I liked it too, from the library. And I'm going to be honest, we don't have 2 quite yet. It's just finally showed up at the library. Sadly, like books 3 and 4 showed up first, and then my son was bummed, and now we've got book 2 that just showed up today. So I only have books 3 and 4 here to show you. I'll be picking up 2 later today. But the third book is The Captive Prince, and, you know, pretty like typical illustration style, but it's a very cute story, like adventure fantasy about a group of thieves that goes around creating chaos wherever they go. So then we also got the 4th book in that series, The King's Dragon. And these are all by Scott Shantler, and they are older. They've been released for a while. But I'm excited to read them just because the first one was so much fun. And that was it. And I apologize. I'm a little scattered. I'm like doing this Thursday before because we have to like get ready to go camping tomorrow, and there's just like a lot I got to get done. So I decided I'll sit down and do this quick. As a result, I'm a little bit disorganized. But to backtrack, we got the ones from the library, Whispers at Moonrise. These 2 from the library. So it's 3 books. I bought The Melancholy Death of Oyster Boy. So it's 4. I bought the 2 flight books, which these are so heavy. They're always so heavy. So much printing on these pages. Flights, volume 6 and 7. So that's 6 books. And then I got 2 audiobooks, 8 books, and then 1 book for review, which is 9. Again, as I mentioned in my last video, this is the time of year where I have a lot of books coming out for series that I review. So a lot of books coming out in like May, July, August that are in series I'm reading, I'm getting for review, or I'm getting caught up on. So lots of books coming in. And I have been reading a lot, so I've been keeping up pretty well. Although I will say my to-be-read pile is up at like 220 books again. But hopefully I'll have it get done quickly. Aside from that, you know, not much exciting. We are going to go camping in northern Minnesota this weekend, which is going to be cold, and it may be snowing because we got kind of this cold snap. When I woke up this morning, there was snow on my way to work, which I wasn't super thrilled about, but wasn't sticky on the road, so it wasn't making it hard to drive or anything. It was just kind of like, oh boy, it was 70 last weekend, and now we have snow. It's all gone now, but it was kind of a shocker first thing in the morning to wake up and drive through the snow. I got a good glance at the meaning of visibly deflate. My son got up and saw the snow and was like, he didn't want to deal with it. So we are going to go ahead and go camping anyways. We do have a travel trailer, so if it does get really cold, we can just turn on the heat and sit in there and play games and stuff. But yeah, we should probably bring some movies or something just in case. All right, that's all I have going on. So I hope you guys got some great books, that you had a great week of reading, and that you have a great week of reading ahead of you. I will talk to you next week, hopefully. Again, next week I am going to be chaperoning a field trip all day on Friday. I usually do these on Fridays because I don't work on Fridays. So, you know, I may or may not have time to get it done. We'll see. I'll make an effort. You know, what happens will happen. All right. Have a great week. I will talk to you guys next week. Bye.